The movie starts with an elite FBI team preparing for a dangerous mission. They receive reports about a remote safe house in Chandler, Arizona, where people may be trapped or held captive. FBI agent Kate Mazer leads the operation. As they search the safe house, they find no hostages. Then, another agent, Reggie, notices something unusual, a small hole in one of the walls. The team carefully removes sections of the wall around the hole and uncovers a horrifying secret. Several bodies wrapped in plastic, hidden inside. Forensic experts are called in, and after a thorough search, the team discovers a total of 42 bodies concealed within the walls. 2 officers find a padlocked hatch as they continue their investigation. The mission takes a dangerous turn, and the team realizes they are facing a far deadlier operation than expected. Kate and Reggie sit in the FBI office, attending a serious meeting about capturing Manuel Diaz as quickly as possible. Matt Graver leads the CIA team, sharing information and coordinating strategy. Impressed by Kate's skills and bravery, the team invites her to join the mission. Driven by a desire to avenge her fallen colleagues, Kate immediately agrees. In Nogales, Mexico, Silvio lies in bed, resting after a long night. His young son enters the room, excited and eager, reminding him about their upcoming soccer match. Silvio gets up, joins his son for breakfast at the table, and shares a quiet family moment. After eating, Silvio changes into his police uniform and prepares for the day ahead. Reggie drives Kate to the airbase, where she will join Matt Graver and his team on their mission. She steps out of the car, says goodbye to Reggie, and walks toward the plane, her mind buzzing with anticipation and a touch of anxiety. She knows the mission is important and risky, but no one has given her many details about the plan or their destination. After the plane lands, Kate and Matt reach a military base. An officer briefs a large group of soldiers about the mission. Kate listens but feels completely lost. She doesn't know what the mission is or what's happening, which only deepens her confusion. Determined to get answers, Kate approaches Alejandro and asks him about the mission. He surprises her by revealing that he used to be a prosecutor in Colombia dealing with dangerous criminals. Alejandro tells Kate that she won't understand everything right away, but things will make sense with time. Kate listens carefully, though his words only leave her more puzzled. The team leaves the army base and heads toward Mexico. As they drive, Kate sees a horrifying sight: dead bodies hanging from poles, stripped of their clothes. The gruesome scene chills her to the core. Noticing her shocked expression, a team member explains that the hanging bodies belong to drug dealers. He adds that this brutal display serves as a warning, a violent and merciless form of justice that shows the cartel's ruthless control over the area. Their mission is to capture Guillermo, the brother of Manuel Diaz, who runs the region's drug operations. They quickly arrest Guillermo, handcuff him, and place him in one of the cars without resistance. The ease of the arrest surprises Kate. The team drives off, confident they can get Guillermo back to the U.S. without trouble. However, as they approach the border, unease spreads through the group. They know the hardest part is still ahead. The cartel won't let the loss of one of their leaders go unanswered, and everyone braces for the danger that lies ahead. After crossing the border, Kate's frustration boils over. She turns to Matt, her voice full of anger and confusion. She demands to know how he can justify ordering a mission to shoot in Mexico. She accuses him of leading the mission in the wrong direction, using illegal methods, and leaving her unsure of what's really happening.
Start a war? Jesus Christ, you just spray bullets. I'm not a soldier. This is not what I do.
Oh, don't sell yourself short, all right?
Moments later, Matt interrogates Guillermo, but Guillermo refuses to speak. Frustrated, Matt calls Alejandro for backup. As soon as Guillermo sees Alejandro, he becomes visibly nervous. Alejandro approaches with a cold, calculated demeanor and starts applying pressure. His methods are harsh but effective. Under intense pressure, Guillermo finally breaks and reveals the existence of a secret tunnel used to smuggle drugs between the U.S. and Mexico. One of the officers takes Kate to the rooftop and points out the chaos erupting in Mexico. From there, Kate witnesses the unrest triggered by Guillermo's arrest. Later, Kate enters a crowded facility holding a large group of illegal immigrants from Mexico. The atmosphere is tense, filled with fear and uncertainty. Since the team doesn't know where the secret tunnel is, they brought the immigrants in for questioning, hoping one of them knows its location. Reggie, frustrated and confused, confronts Matt. He demands to know the mission's main objectives and warns that if Matt doesn't provide full details, he and Kate will walk away. The immigrant, unsure of the exact location, gives a rough estimate. Using this information, the team raids the place and shuts down Manuel Diaz's drug business. They know that Manuel Diaz's boss, Fausto Alarcón, is still in Mexico. To capture both of them, the team plans to track and follow Alarcón. Matt and his team closely watch the bank, looking for a woman who deposits black money for the Mexican drug cartel. After hours of surveillance, they spot her. When she tries to make another deposit, they arrest her and seize the money in her bag, hoping it will lead them to Manuel Diaz's operations. Kate, feeling the gravity of the case, tells her superior about the large sums of money being deposited daily into Manuel Diaz's accounts. She argues that they can arrest him based on this evidence. However, her superior explains that depositing money, even in large amounts, isn't illegal unless they can prove it's tied to criminal activity. Without solid proof, they don't have a case. Reggie suggests stopping at a nearby bar to relax and shake off some stress. At the bar, Kate tries to unwind and even joins Ted on the dance floor. The music blares, and for a brief moment, Kate lets go of the mission's pressure. She dances with Ted, enjoying the temporary escape, but something feels off. As the night goes on, she notices something strange. While talking to Ted, her eyes catch a pink-blue band on his wrist. Her heart pounds as she connects the dots. Ted might be tied to the cartel. Her suspicion is confirmed when Ted suddenly tries to kill her. Alejandro arrives just in time and saves her. Grateful, Kate thanks him. Alejandro, in response, says she reminds him of someone, though he keeps the details to himself for now. Later, Kate and Reggie meet Matt, who is surrounded by a large group of soldiers. The team studies a satellite image showing Manuel Diaz's location and the secret tunnel. Matt explains the plan to infiltrate the tunnel, using the satellite to monitor Diaz and determine the best approach. Kate feels confused and unsettled. She doesn't understand why the team focuses so much on the tunnel instead of arresting Manuel Diaz directly. She questions their priorities, wondering why they aim to take down the tunnel when Manuel Diaz is clearly the bigger target. Meanwhile, Silvio receives several packets in a police car, further linking him to the cartel's operations. Later that night, Matt and his team enter the secret tunnel, with Alejandro and the Delta Force leading the way. They face a large group of armed men, sparking a fierce fight. Gunfire and chaos erupt as they push forward. Kate and Reggie, feeling tense and nervous, stay back to monitor the situation. Kate notices something odd. Alejandro suddenly splits from the group and heads to a different part of the tunnel. Unsure of his intentions, she decides to follow him. A bulletproof vest saves Kate's life. Reggie, unable to find her, asks Matt where she is. Moments later, Kate stumbles out of the tunnel, injured and furious. She demands answers, asking what Medellin is and why everything has gone so wrong. Matt, visibly tense, finally reveals the truth. Alejandro is not an FBI agent as Kate had thought. He is a Colombian assassin, hired to kill Manuel Diaz and his boss. Matt reveals that the mission was never about law enforcement. From the start, it was a revenge-driven plan. Alejandro was brought in to kill two drug lords for personal reasons. Before the cartel rose to power, Alejandro had been a prosecutor in Medellin. When the cartel took over, they brutally killed his wife and daughter by dipping them in acid. Fueled by revenge, Alejandro made this mission deeply personal. Kate, shocked and furious, tells Matt she will expose their illegal activities. She feels betrayed and realizes she was unknowingly part of a mission that violated everything she stood for. Alejandro eventually kills FAO, completing his long-planned mission of revenge. Afterward, he visits Kate's apartment and demands she sign a document stating the mission followed all rules and regulations. Kate refuses at first, but Alejandro points a gun at her, leaving her no choice. Crying, Kate reluctantly signs the paper. Before leaving, Alejandro tells her to move to a small town and admits she reminds him of his late daughter, briefly showing a softer side. As Alejandro leaves, Kate points her gun at him. He stops and waits, giving her the choice to pull the trigger. Instead, Kate lowers her gun, letting him walk away. After some time, Silvio's son looks at his father's bed and notices he is no longer there. Unaware of what happened to his father, his mother takes him to a football match. While they watch the game, they hear gunshots in the distance. The gangs are now causing even more chaos, fighting to take over the territory. And that's how the movie ends. What did you think of this movie? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and press the bell icon for more amazing videos. See you next time.